According to investigative project Sistema, funds linked to former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev have amassed approximately $850 million in wealth since Russia began its full-scale war of aggression against Ukraine. The growing wealth of these funds coincides with the wartime reincarnation of Medvedev, 59, who was dismissed as Prime Minister by President Vladimir Putin in 2020. Medvedev, who retains his role in the government as Deputy Chairman of Putin's Security Council and Chairman of the ruling United Russia Party, has also been able to gain an audience of millions in his new role as an online attack dog and aggressive online propagandist. Medvedev, once a mild, moderate political figure, has now become a warmonger with extremely harsh and hateful statements against Kiev and the West on social media. According to financial documents reviewed by Sistema, a total of 15 funds linked to Medvedev received a total of 28 billion rubles, or $424 million between 2015 and 2021. This figure increased to more than 130 billion rubles, or $1.39 billion between 2022 and 2024, with more than half of this amount received last year alone. According to Sistema's investigation, the documents showed that these entities had a total of 23.5 billion rubles, or $316 million, at the end of 2021 and around 86.4 billion rubles, or $850 million, at the end of 2024. Sistema found that these funds were directed to real estate projects with clear ties to Medvedev, from Russian forces fighting in Ukraine to St. Petersburg to the Black Sea coast. These foundations do not disclose their donors to the public, and only 2 of the 14 foundations currently have websites. One of them, the Nasha Pravda Foundation, says it has spent 2.4 billion rubles on special military operations over the past 2 years. This money is said to have been spent on the purchase of thousands of drones, night vision goggles, generators, medical equipment, and other supplies. According to Alexei Sidyakin, head of the Central Executive Committee of the United Russia Party, Nasha Pravda was created at the initiative of Medvedev, and this foundation cooperated with the party. For example, according to information on the foundation's website, in February 2025, the party and the foundation jointly provided equipment worth 14 million rubles, or $177,000, to a Russian military unit. Medvedev's 29-year-old son Ilya, who joined the party in September 2022, also attended the presentation ceremony. Information on the Nasha Pravda website noted that he worked as a project director in the party committee. Only a few funds provide detailed information about the purposes of their spending, but evidence suggests that some of these funds were used for purposes that directly or indirectly supported real estate projects linked to Medvedev.
Protests that sprang up in Los Angeles over immigration enforcement raids and prompted President Donald Trump to mobilize National Guard troops and Marines have begun to spread across the country, with more planned into the weekend. According to Associated Press in Chicago, a small crowd gathered Tuesday outside Immigration Court in downtown and called for an end to Trump administration immigration sweeps and military presence in California. The group then marched through downtown streets drumming and chanting, "No more deportations." At one point in the march, a car was seen speeding through the crowds walking on the street. It was not immediately known if there were any injuries. While many were peaceful, some have resulted in clashes with law enforcement as officers made arrests and used chemical irritants to disperse crowds. Activists are planning more and even larger demonstrations in the coming days, with "No Kings" events across the country on Saturday to coincide with Trump's planned military parade through Washington. The Trump administration said it would continue its program of raids and deportations despite the protests. ICE will continue to enforce the law, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem posted Tuesday on social media.